Okay, so I've arrived and it is absolutely amazing, absolutely stunning. There's woodland and there's heathland, and all the bird song, especially having woken up in London this morning. It's just such a good feeling to be here. I do have one issue though, and a question as well, is how on earth do people do wildlife photography and filmmaking and camping without a car? Because I've got this 45-minute walk from the station to my campsite, and I've got this camera bag on my front with the tripod and everything and the big lens, and I've got this massive rucksack on my back with sleeping bag, cooking equipment, tent, sleeping mat, all of that stuff for camping. And I'm exhausted and my shoulders are killing me, so I cannot wait to just ditch the rucksack and take the camera out. One other thing I did just want to touch on quickly is it's World Mental Health Day on Sunday, and I'm camping on my own for 3 nights. I'm sure over that time, especially in the evenings when it's dark and I'm on my own, I might feel a little bit anxious from time to time. I just wanted to touch on that because I think it's just a perfectly normal feeling, and I'm sure there are plenty of other people that feel like that as well. So if you're one of them, don't worry, you're not on your own. It's perfectly natural. Anyway, let's get on, get the tent set up, get to the campsite, and do a bit of wildlife photography. And that is exactly what I'm here for. So there's a small group of stags over here, quite small stags, and then there's a massive one over here about 200 metres away. So I've just got a little bit of footage and hopefully I'll get a little bit closer. But I'm so pleased that within 1 hour of walking, I've already seen about 4 or 5 stags, 2 of them pretty large ones as well. So over the next 3 days, I'm confident I'm going to get some good photos, and if not, just have a look at this. It's absolutely stunning. So I've been with this red deer stag and his females for about 2 hours now, but this trip isn't all about red deer, and the reason that is this photo here. Whilst I've been photographing this red deer on a number of occasions, fallow deer have come up behind me. I've turned around and unfortunately they've run away, but on this occasion I managed to get an awesome picture, which I'm really happy with. Very nearly back at the campsite now. I cannot wait to eat a bit of food. I've gone all out for tonight's meal. I did also want to say that I think this video needs a disclaimer, and anything in here to do with camping, just don't take any tips, because I don't really know what I'm doing. I knew this was too good to be true. The gas has just gone off. I don't know what's wrong. Why is that so loose? Come on, that's hot. Oh, you gotta screw it. Honestly, that disclaimer wasn't a joke. So you can hear that red deer stag behind me, just kicking off. It's in the field right behind me. So I'm in my tent and I'm in my sleeping bag, pretty much ready for bed after a really great first evening. I've seen fallow deer and red deer, and to top it off, I've got red deer roaring in every direction and I can hear them from the tent. perfect timing. I don't know if you heard that, but yeah, there's one stag like 50 metres away that's just been roaring for the last hour or so. I can also hear little owl right now. It's probably too faint for you to hear, but I've also had tawny owls, so it's just so nice to go to sleep to the sounds of nature. Well, yeah, with this guy next door roaring, I don't know how much sleep I'll get, but I can't complain because it's what I came here for. But yeah, still 2 more days to go and still loads more to see. So yeah, really looking forward to getting going again in the morning. Morning, so it's Friday morning and the stags have been roaring basically all night. I had 2 bellowing to each other, literally like, I think they were like 10 metres outside my tent, and you could hear their antlers clashing. They're still roaring now. They've settled down a bit in the last few hours, which helped me get a tiny bit of sleep, but not much. But I'm buzzing to get out this morning because I'm pretty sure when I open my tent door, I'm going to be faced with a stag on either side, which is really, really cool. So I want to get out. It's still pretty dark, but I want to just get out there straight away. So I found the deer in the campsite that kept me up all night. What an incredible moment that was. It's very rare at this time of year to see 2 pretty large stags walking side by side. But I just had that and they came directly towards me. So I managed to get some really, really cool footage and some photos that I'm really pleased with as well. And that is probably the highlight of the trip so far. So I'm just sort of taking a bit of a break here. It's so peaceful, so nice. And this morning has been brilliant. And last night was absolutely mad. I hardly slept at all. There were stags bellowing in every direction, and at one point I could hear their footsteps, a pair of them either side of my tent, just bellowing at each other. It was so loud, it felt like they were 5 metres away. I'm sure they were a bit further, but they were definitely close. And then you could hear their antlers clashing as they engaged in battle. It was incredible, and this morning's been brilliant as well so far. I've seen plenty of stags. I'm now going to spend a bit of time trying to photograph a bit of bird life around here. I cannot even believe what I've just seen. I wanted to see a fallow buck. Never in my wildest dreams did I think it would be a leucistic fallow buck.